Hello, this is Priya, your maths tutor, and once again, I welcome you all on my channel, Vidya. So, in the last session, we have started exercise 8.2. Question number 1 we have already completed. So, now we are going to start question number 2. So, let's start. Herein, choose the correct option and justify your choice. So, we have the first part, 2 tan 30 degrees upon 1 plus tan square 30. We need to check whether option A, B, C or D, which one is correct. And herein we have to justify our answer. That is, we have to just solve the question and then we have to tell how we got our answer. Okay. So what we'll do, we know how to solve such questions when we have the values of sine 30, cos 30, tan 30, whatever the values we have. So we will just substitute the values. We know that tan 30 degrees, tan 30 is 1 by root 3 divided 1 plus tan square 30, that is 1 by 1 upon 1 by root 3 square. Okay. So this is equals to 2 times root 3. 2 times 1 upon root 3, that is 2 upon root 3 upon 1 plus 1 upon root 3 square, which is 1 upon 1 plus 3. Now taking the LCM in the denominator, we will get 3 plus 1 by 3, which is 2 by 3 upon 4 by 3, and which can be written as 2 by 3. Taking the reciprocal of the denominator, we'll get 3 by 4. Now 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, and this 3 can be written as root 3 times root 3. So root 3 will cancel out with 1 root 3 in the denominator. So the answer we got is root 3 upon 2. Now, just have a look at the options. We got the answer as root 3 by 2. We have the option sine 60, cos 60, tan 60 or sine 30. So we will just take the values of each of the option. So we know that sine 60 is equals to root 3 by 2. So that means this value is equal to sine 60. So option A is correct. Okay. Is it clear how to solve such questions? Wonderful. Now, the next part we have is 1 minus tan square 45 upon 1 plus tan square 45. 1 minus tan square 45 upon 1 plus tan square 45. So, we know that tan 45 is 1. So, we'll substitute the values of tan 45 in the numerator and in the denominator. So, we'll get 1 up minus 1 square upon 1 plus 1 square. 1 minus 1 upon 1 minus 1 upon 1 plus 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0 divided by 2. So 0 divided by any number is 0. So in the part 2, the answer we got is 0. Now let's take the options. Okay, herein we have the direct 0. So that is option D is the correct answer. Okay. Wonderful. Now the third part we have is sine 2a is equals to 2 sine a is true when a is equals to. So that is herein we need to check the different values of a. For which value of a this relation will be satisfied. Okay. So we have the relation sine 2a is equals to 2 times sine a. Now, if I will take the value, let's take the first value of a. Let's take a is equals to 0. So if I will substitute in the left hand side, we'll get sine 2a, which is equals to sine 2 times 0. 2 times 0 is 0. So sine 0. Sine 0 is 0, right? So for the first one, we got the answer as 0. In the same way, let's try to solve for the right hand side. We have in the right hand side 2 times sine a. And the value of a we have is 0 degrees. And sine 0 is 0. So 2 times 0 is 0. So we can see left hand side is equals to right hand side when a is 0 degrees. So A is 0 degrees. That is option A is correct. Okay. Wonderful. Now, the fourth part we have is 2 tan 30 upon 1 minus tan square 30 degrees. 2 tan 30 degrees upon 1 minus tan square 30 degrees. So, we will substitute the values of tan 30 here. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3 divided 1 minus tan square 30, that is 1 minus 1 upon root 3 square. Okay. So 2 times 1 by root 3 is 2 upon root 3 upon 1 minus 1 upon root 3 is 1 upon 3. Right. Now solving this expression, we'll get 2 upon root 3 upon 3 minus 1 upon 3, which is equals to 2 upon root 3 divided 2 upon 3. And if I will take the reciprocal of the denominator to convert into multiplication, we'll get 2 and 2 will get cancelled out and we'll get 3 upon root 3. So which can be written as, or if we will rationalize it, we'll get 3 root 3 upon 3, where 3 and 3 will get cancelled out. So we'll get root 3 as the answer. Now let's see which option is the correct one. Okay. Again, we have the cos 60, sin 60, tan 60 and sin 30. And we know that tan 60 is equals to root 3. We got the values at root 3, which is equals to tan 60 degrees, right? So that means which option is the correct one? Option C. So option C is correct. Okay. Wonderful. Now, the question number 3 we have is, if tan A plus B is equals to root 3 and tan A minus B is equals to 1 upon root 3, where A plus B varies from 0 to 90 degree and A greater than B. We need to find the value of A and B. Okay. And this is important question, very important question. So let's see how we are going to solve it. We have the value of tan A plus B, which is equals to root 3. We know that the root 3 is equals to tan of 60 degrees equals to root 3, right? Yes. So from this, we can say that if tan of A plus B is equals to tan 60 degree, that means A plus B is equals to 60 degree. We'll mark it equation 1. Okay. Now, the second one we have is tan A minus B is equals to 1 upon root 3. Now, 1 upon root 3. This is for the tan 30 degrees. Why we have taken for the tan? Because on the left side we have tan. So tan and tan will get cancelled out and we will just get the simple equations. Okay. So that's why we have taken the values as like this. So A minus B is equals to, if tan A minus B is equals to tan 30 degrees, then A minus B is equals to 30 degrees. We'll mark it equation 2. Now we have the two linear equations and we know how to solve the linear equations. So let's solve it. So we have solving equation 1 and 2. We'll get A plus B equals to 60 degree. A minus B equals to 30 degrees. If we will add them, minus 1 plus we will get cancel out. A plus A is 2A. 60 plus 30 is 90. So the value of A is 90 by 2, which is equals to 45 degrees. Okay. Now we need to find the value of B. We know that we can take any of the one of the equation, either 1 or 2. So let's take equation 2. A minus B is 30 degree, where A is 45 degree. So value of B will be 45 minus 30. So which is 15 degrees. So we got the values of A and B, right? So just let's just check. Here it is given that A plus B is 90 or less than 90. So if we will add A and B, we'll get 60, which is less than 90. And the second thing we have given is A is greater than B. So yes, we have A 45 degree, which is greater than 15 degree, right? So these the values of A and B are satisfying both these conditions as well. I hope this question is clear to everyone. Wonderful. So the next we have is a question number 4. So in the question number 4, we have state whether the following are true or false and justify your answer. So again, we will justify our answers as well. So let's take the different values. So the first part, we need to check whether sine A plus B is equal to sine A plus sine B or not. So if you want to justify our answer, so we need to take the different values of A and B. Okay. Let's take the value of A as 60. And B, let's take as 30. Okay. So left hand side we have is sine A plus B, which is sine 60 plus 30. And sine 60 plus 30 sine 90, which is equals to 1. Now let's take the right hand side and let's see if we're getting 1 in the right hand side or not. So we have sine A plus sine B in the right side, where sine A is sine 60 plus sine 30. And sine 60 is root 3 by 2. Sine 30 is 1 by 2. So the value we got is root 3 plus 1 by 2, which is not equal to 1. So left hand side is not equal to 1. So that means the first part is false. So sine A plus B is not equal to sine A plus sine B, and hence it is false. Okay. Wonderful. Now, in the second part, we have the value of sine theta increases as theta increases. So, we need to check whether the value of sine theta increasing with the increase in the value of theta or not. So, first of all, let's take theta equals to 0 degree. And let's find sine 0, which is 0 degrees. Okay, if I will take theta is equals to 30 degree. And sine 30 degree. Sine 30 is 1 by 2, which is 0.5. Let's take theta is equals to 45 degree. So sine 30, sine 45, which is 1 by root 2. If I will rationalize it, it is 2 by root 2 by 2, which is again greater than 0. And similarly, the last one, if I will take the sine 90, which is 1. So we can see the values are increasing. When we are increasing the values of theta, the sine values are also increasing, as sine 0 is 0. Sine, when we have taken the value of theta is 30, sine theta we got is 1 by 2, which is 0.5, which is more than 0 degrees. For sine 45 degrees, we got 1 by root 2, greater than 0.5. Now, for sine 90, we got the value of sine 90 as 1, which is greater than 0.5 again. So that is, if we'll check the order, the values are increasing with increase in the values of theta. Is it clear? Wonderful. So the second part, that is value of sine theta increasing with the increase in theta. So yes, it is true. Now in the same way, we'll check the option, the part third. So in the part third, we have, let's write it as true. Now we need to check whether the values of cos theta increases with the increase in theta or not. So again, we'll use the same process. Let's take theta is equals to 0 degree, theta is equals to 30 degree, theta is equals to 45 degrees, theta is equals to 60 degrees, and theta is equals to 90 degrees. So cos theta, that is cos 0 degrees. So let's directly substitute the values. Cos 0 degrees, which is 1, cos 30 degree, which is root 3 by 2, cos 45 degree is 1 by root 2. If I will write its values as it is 0.87, and cos 60 degree 1 by 2, which is 0.5, and cos 90 degree is 0 degrees. So herein we can see that when we are increasing the values of theta, our cos values were decreasing. As theta 0, we got cos 0, 1. Theta 30, we got cos 0. Cos 30 is 0.87. So theta 60, theta is 60, cos 60 is 0.5. For theta 90, cos 90 is 0 degrees. So for the minimum value, we got 1. For the 90 degrees, we got 0. So herein the order is reversed. So that is with the increase in theta, theta increasing, cos theta were decreasing. Okay. So that means option, the third part is false. Is it clear? Wonderful. So the third part is false. So that means it is incorrect. As the values of theta, with increase in the values of theta, cos theta were decreasing. So it is false. Now, in the fourth part, we have sine theta is equals to cos theta for all values of theta. If we'll check the table, we know that sine theta is definitely not equal to cos theta for all values of theta. It is equal just for the one value. What was that value? 45 degree. It was equal only when theta is equals to 45 degrees. If we'll take the other values, let's take 0, sine 0 and cos 0. Sine 0 is 0, cos 0 is 1, which is not equal, right? If we'll take 60 degrees, sine 60 and cos 60, not equal. We'll take 30 degrees, sine 30 and cos 30. The values are not equal. So that means the third one, the fourth option is false. It is not equal for all values of theta. It is equal only for one value, which is 45 degree. Now, the next and the last part we have is cot A is not defined for A is equals to 0 degree. Let's check. Cot A for cot 0 degrees. We know that cos 0. Cot 0 can be calculated as cos 0 upon sine 0. Right? And cos 0 is 1, sine 0 is 0. We know that 1 divided by 0. Not defined. So it is not defined. It is infinity. So that means the fifth part is true. Right? Is it clear? Wonderful. So with this, we have completed our exercise 2, that is 8.2. And in the next session, we'll start the third exercise, which is 8.3. So for that, stay tuned. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.